Hello guys, it's Jablade2000 again, and I hope you guys have had a fabulous Christmas. And if you're watching this in like the summer or something, it's December 26th at the time of this recording, so Christmas has just passed. And I finally got the Raging Dragons graphic novel. Now, you guys are probably tired of me going on about this series, but ever since I found out that this was going to exist, I told myself that I would review this. So, I'm going to review it, and hopefully this will be the last Dragons in Our Midst thing I will be doing on this channel, except for maybe a pet project that I might get done in the future. I don't know. But, this is the finished Raising Dragons graphic novel. The story's by Brian Davis, the actual author of the actual books, and James Artville, the author of this graphic novel, and the artist as well. Now, it is kind of jarring as a manga fan to really see this kind of a style done. Because, you know, it just says Halt Foul Dragon. With manga, its style would ease you into the scenery and then bring the action. But I find with James's style of art, it reminds me of Avatar: The Last Airbender, where you can definitely tell there are some anime influences, but it is very North American. However, he is influenced by anime, and, you know, it's kind of a combination of styles. Like, see, there you go with Marilyn, with the lightning burst right there. And I think he does a very good job of, I'm going to say, abridging and adapting this story, because honestly, this guy had a page limit of 150 pages, and to get like a 250 page story in 150 pages, you're going to have to cut out some stuff. And to his credit, he does cut out some scenes that wouldn't necessarily detract from the whole story if you were going to abridge this book series. Like, Billy and Marilyn hanging in the trees and getting down, and the bus scene with Walter, stuff like that. It's glossed over, but it doesn't really detract from the story. It still tells a coherent story. Now, since this is a graphic novel, you don't really get the sense of characters that you get from the book, and I would even say that you should probably read the book first before you pick up the graphic novel. But this graphic novel is very well done. It is different from manga if you are a manga reader, but, you know, I mean, that's a given. It's just your preference of style. And honestly, I have to say, these backgrounds that he does are incredible. Let me see if I can find one that's just absolutely beautiful. Look at this. This is absolutely gorgeous. It's just amazing with the art. And then back here in the finale, with all the action, you see blurs and all these different kinds of movement, and it's just amazing, the art that this guy does. It really looks nice. Now, and I do want to commend him for being really clever with his art. Like, in one of the pages, in a dream sequence Billy has, this guy hides the cover of the Dragons in Our Midst. There we go. The Dragons in Our Midst book in the dream sequence. That was actually extremely clever. And back here with Devon turning into the light energy, I find that incredibly well done. The only nitpick I have is Excalibur's beam, as I figured it was like really massive and huge, and he just kind of has this little pinpoint glowy sword. And the dragons don't necessarily look as big and refined and dragonish, but that's just a design choice. It's really a nitpick. They do look like dragons. You can tell they're dragons. Also, I really like the designs of the characters. And actually, Billy and Bonnie actually kind of look like anime protagonists. And I love the fact that when you see Hartana turning human, she does look like the design for Bonnie in this book series. And if you notice, Jared actually looks kind of like Billy's design. And so I like that the parents kind of look like their kids, but they're still their same character and same design. I find that really cool. So, this graphic novel is worth picking up, if just for the art and the backgrounds. I mean, these are some amazing pictures in here. This guy does a great job. Now, there was a page limit, and you can only do so much on a Kickstarter campaign, and so you don't necessarily get the feel of the characters as you did in the actual novel. So I would recommend reading the novel before you get the graphic novel, but I find that the graphic novel would be a great way to get the story out to new fans who don't really know much about this series. And so I'm glad I read it. I'm glad I have it. The art is really great. It is kind of more North American to people who like to read manga, but that's really just a nitpick. That's just a design choice. Although I really think the story that goes through the Dragons in Our Midst series has potential to be like a great anime or a great manga. In fact, Maximum Ride and Daniel X by James Patterson, those were some good books, and they got manga adaptations. This is probably the closest we will get to a manga adaptation of Raising Dragons or the Dragons in Our Midst series. But I am very happy with it. This looks absolutely amazing. And if you don't want to go out and buy the book, see if you can find this and read it, because it does tell the story. Not necessarily in as much detail as the book, but it does tell the story. And it has absolutely fantastic art in it. I actually want to see if I can kind of pick up on this guy's style of art, because the only thing I seem to draw is manga. And so I kind of want to see if I can draw something else. And so I really like this. I am really, really happy with how this turned out. And I just want to say a big thank you to James Artville and Brian Davis for such a great series and a fabulous looking graphic novel. So, that's my review of it. I could probably nitpick more, but it would mostly be from the views of a manga fan. Like, with Bonnie, you have, like, this, kind of a big nose with her, and mainly in manga, you have, like, small, petite faces, but you know, that's a design choice. It's North American, and so it's really just a nitpick, just nitpicky things that I prefer to Western animation. Like, you know, you just jump into Halt Foul Dragon instead of slowly building the atmosphere with it. In fact, even the Maximum Ride manga first, when she's having that dream that Max is being chased in that dream, it still took you into the action slowly with backgrounds. Here it just kind of jumps right in, but then then again in the novel it did too. So I'm really happy with it. I absolutely love it. So there you go. That's my review of it. I hope you guys enjoyed it.